Today is Sunday, July 6th, and this is your farm garden tour. We're standing at the north end of the garden. The potatoes have exploded. Troy, can you walk over there so we can see how tall these plants are?
Not tall.
So, that's how deep they are, or how tall they are. Got a little bit of wild yarrow growing up here, and some of our sunflowers are starting to come up here on the north end. And in general, it looks pretty good. We were joking about the grass in between the rows of corn, and we're talking about rototilling again. And then we thought, well, it's such nice turf. We might just mow in between the rows of corn and then hand weed in between the stalks. So the corn is amazing. And what is it? Wives' tale, farmer's tale, whatever the saying is, your corn should be knee high by the 4th of July. And it's far above knee high by the 4th of July. I think that down there is probably taller than this here, right?
Oh yeah, by far.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to go in there again so that we can get another read.
So this here this is the glass gem. So this is the popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be shorter, and that's the bodacious too. So this is our first sweet corn. Well, the bodacious is, but this is our next piece. And we actually have tassels coming.
Yeah, look at that. Tassels. All right. So it's coming along. And Joel, Troy, and I were here this weekend. My sister, her husband, and daughter were here this weekend. We had many hands out here pulling at weeds and tending to things. The corn is lowest on the priority list as far as the weeding goes because that stuff is pretty well established. Yes, the weeds in there are, fighting the corn for the nutrients and the moisture, but look at this. These beans got weeded in their entirety this weekend, which makes me very happy because it looks so nice. And we've got the purple buds are the Royal Burgundy, and the white buds are the Maxibel Bush. I would say week and a half, 2 weeks, we will have beans for harvesting. There's not much to talk about in this row. We'll focus on that maybe a little bit more next weekend. I've got some herbs down here, some onions that all needs to get weeded through. Started weeding on this row, haven't made it all the way through. We've got carrots coming up nicely in here. These were seed tape carrots. So they were in a tape that kind of resembles single ply toilet paper. And those are coming up well, and we'll probably weed through those maybe next weekend. Broccoli.
Thanks, Steve.
Nice. This is some cabbage, and we got broccoli down there. It's all doing quite well, doing what it is supposed to do. Watermelons are slow, but they're coming.
Well, this one's just not, though.
This one has been planted twice. And for whatever reason, this hole does not want to produce watermelon. So, we'll see.
Well, it's not even growing weeds, really. That's what's got me confused.
Here's a nice example of a blacktail watermelon. And the one on the end probably looks the best.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, this is our prize pumpkin / squash.
Our favorite eating one.
Our favorite eating squash. This is Blueprints. And that over there is acorn and butternut. And then we've got some melons in here. These, I believe, are the Halona.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, everybody's coming along nicely. Over here, we've got cabbages and marigolds. And the hay was just cut in the field yesterday. So we'll see. I've seen one white butterfly around here, but I haven't really seen any evidence of eggs or anything like that. So for now, we're okay. As the season goes on, we might end up having... Bye, Sienna! Family's heading home. So we've got cabbages and such over here that are doing fine. We might have to cover them with tulle or something else if it becomes a problem. It's not become a problem for us in the last 2 years, that it's not been manageable, but you know, you got to be ready to pivot because every year brings you some new challenge. There's a volunteer sunflower amongst the pole beans. So that's where it wanted to grow, so that's where it shall grow. Pole beans, I don't know, I go back and forth on this. I feel like they're a little behind, but you saw all those bush beans over there. They will keep us very busy until the pole beans decide that it's time to set on their fruit. Here's our celery. Looking very nice. There's a zucchini. That's also a zucchini over there. We've got 2 zucchini plants, which is 2 zucchini plants too many.
Yeah, it's whole.
Yes. And these are peas. These guys have some pods coming on. These are the ones that need to mature so that they can be shelled. You could eat them right now. Not as tasty as a regular snow pea, in my opinion. Excuse me, to eat right off the plant, but well, maybe by this upcoming weekend we'll have peas that are mature enough to pick and shell. And these are the snow peas, which we harvested and I took a photo of, and I will probably insert somewhere in here. So we picked both sides of the snow peas, and you can see there's many more here that are be ready tomorrow, pretty much. And Troy, what did we weigh in at?
Just over 5 pounds.
Just over 5 pounds on our first snow pea harvest. Oh, look. Here's one that grew since we picked.
That's what it seems like.
That's exactly what it seems like. So guess who's going to get this perfect pea? Sit. What up, dog? What up, dog? That's the crappiest Nux I've ever seen. What up, dog? Thank you. Good boy. Pea dog. Tomato. So some of these are pretty wild, and I didn't even realize we had fruit on some of them until Troy and I went through and trimmed them up. Tied them up. There's a little fruit there. This one is a yellow tomato. As we get down here, there's some Romas that have some decent sized fruit. It's going to be weeks and weeks and weeks until any of these are mature, but the basil is growing nicely. That basil could actually get snapped because by the time we get back up here, it will go
to flower.
Yeah.
Where should I trim it?
5th row down.
Counting this one's top.
Yeah, I would take that down pretty far, actually.
5 would be here.
Well, each one of these is considered 1, 2, 3. So you could actually snap it right here.
Okay.
And what that will do, oh, shoot.
Too much. Oops. We'll go on to that one. That'll encourage the other 2 to grow.
Yep. And it'll create additional tops, which will make them bushier instead of taller. So yeah, little, I don't know if lethargic is the right word or not, but I think we're all kind of pooped. You can probably nip those guys too. took home some fresh basil. So I'm trying to find the Roma fruit. Where is it? Yeah, as soon as I stop recording, I'll find it. Here's some. There it is. We're getting raiders. And then across the back over here, we've got cucumbers. They're starting to reach up. Hopefully another week or two and we'll have fresh cucumbers to start snacking on. So that's good news. Yeah, those guys look really good this year. Last year we had to replant them at least twice. And over here we've got some more pickling cucumbers. Again, got to get in there and weed at those, but
Zinnias in between.
yep, zinnias in between. So I have lots of flowers when those start popping. I think it's important more than ever right now that we have reasons for bees to come in here and visit us, because we've only seen one bee in the garden. And that was just a few minutes ago before we started recording. I don't know where they all are, but 2 years ago, they were all over in here. And
They would crawl on us while we were picking peas and beans.
yeah,
They'd land on us for a break.
yep. But I'm just not seeing them last year and this year, so. These are the set onions. They got weeded today and look good. These guys are growing fast. I should almost put time lapse on these because they grew insanely fast, I thought. But yeah, that is the farm garden tour for today. We will be back next weekend to show you more. Until then, take care.